We're talking two of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. The GOAT, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers, who, in a different situation, could probably compete for that title himself. There's plenty of X's and O's to go around. There's plenty of decisions to go around. But right now, I'm going to geek out. We're talking quarterback play, and it's coming up right now. Hey everybody, welcome to Elite Athletes TV. I'm Mike Pulaski, former 11-year pro quarterback and quarterbacks coach here at EliteAthletesTV.com. As a former quarterback, you rarely get games where you get to see two of the greatest to ever play the position head to head. What I wanted to do today, since we had two incredible quarterbacks in the same game, is break down and compare the two mechanically, what they're doing, throwing the ball, how it differs, and what you can take from it at home as a player, as a coach, as a fan to understand their game better. Before I get started, if you're new to the channel, if you haven't done it yet, make sure that you subscribe, ring that bell, get notified every time we have new stuff coming out. Smash that like button and give me a comment. If you're interested in quarterback play, if you have thoughts about this game, I'd love to hear from you. Comment down below. Let's start a conversation. As a former quarterback myself, I am fully founded in quarterback mechanics, the way you work in the pocket, things you have to do to throw the football correctly. And I coach quarterbacks every single day, so I'm working on mechanics with quarterbacks all the time. So I thought this game was a fantastic opportunity to talk about some quarterback mechanics. One of the things that I get with young quarterbacks all the time is them emulating certain quarterbacks, different guys around the league, their favorite quarterback, trying to throw like they did. When I played, it was John Elway, and I tried to emulate John Elway, and I picked up bad habits because John Elway was up here on Mount Olympus, and most quarterbacks can't do what he can do. I'm going to show you on the film today how that works out with Aaron Rodgers. The other thing I want to do is talk about full fundamentals for quarterbacks at home, teach you about the position, help you learn it, help you understand it better. Before anybody gets their nose bent out of shape, though, know this. I think both of these quarterbacks are incredible. There is no derision in any of this, what I'm talking to you about. I'm just breaking down their mechanics, how they've adapted to their game. Both of these guys have been perfecting their craft every year for years. I had the opportunity to call all of Aaron Rodgers' college games when he played at Cal. So I announced every single game he did while he was a Bear. And it was fantastic to see him then, and his game has changed a lot since back then. I'm actually going to do a comparison video coming up and show you guys how it's changed, but that's for a later time. Today, I'm talking about two great quarterbacks. We're breaking down fundamentals, mechanics, and we're going to geek out about quarterback play. Let's hit the film. So what you're going to get on this first pass is a slot fade from Brady to the outside. A hitch, sit down, hold that corner, give you a one-on-one matchup right now. Brady gets back there, launches it, perfect platform, great throw. Now, let's take a look at the mechanics of the throw. This is picture-perfect quarterbacking, and I'm going to explain to you why. As Brady takes the snap, he takes his drop, starts the right foot, little kick, punch step, brings his left foot back, and then sets this right foot in the ground. Now, he is going to do what I call a pop, where he just sits in position, hit and sit, or a pop on his drop, rather than hitching back forward. He does not have to hitch because he knows he is not driving this ball. This ball is going to be over the top on a fade arc, and so he has to get his shoulders up to make this throw. As we move forward, you see him pop right there, and here's the beauty. He gets all of his cleats in his back foot on the ground. You can see that front foot, if it's touching the ground at all, it's very light. So he's got 80 to 90% on his back foot in terms of weight right here. As he makes his front step, he gets across to that front foot. You can see he's transferred his weight to that front foot. This is what's called a strong front side. That is his base. He is throwing around that foot. What that does for you is allows you to harness the force you just created. As you drive forward, you stick this foot in the ground, and now all that force goes up into the arm, and you make this throw. Beautiful. And notice this. On his finish, his shoulders have come past his midline, and his right hand is coming down to his left hip, even in spite of the fact that he has pressure right in front of him here. And so he's still stepping into this ball. He's throwing it, delivering a nice, accurate ball downfield. That is textbook QB mechanics. It's fantastic. This time, He's got two clear routes, a vertical and a vertical with an out route. They're expecting man coverage. It's a great man beater. Brady knows that he's going to have to drive this ball, and so his mechanics are going to have to be a little more forceful, bringing that force forward. He gets back, 3 steps, hitch, and he rips it on the out route for the first down. Now, let's take a look at those mechanics. Pointing out Mike, letting everybody know where we're blocking to. So he has set himself in a preset punch step. That right foot is back, and so he's ready to rock and roll in terms of his first step. He's going to take what people call a false step with his left foot. It's going to come straight back. This is set to get him on rhythm for the throw, be able to set him up to throw for man. So he's getting himself into rhythm, on timing, on the throw with that first left step straight back. So he makes that first left step straight back, and then he opens with his right, crossover, and he puts this right foot in the ground. You can see him hit this foot and hitch forward. He knows he has to drive this ball. It's going to be the out route out here, and so that's a long throw. He's going to drive it, so he needs to bring momentum this way to add to the throw. Hits, hitches, and again, you see him right back in that same position. All his weight on that back foot, driving forward, using his glute and hip. As he sticks this front foot in the ground to create that strong front side, he's going to get hip rotation, shoulder rotation to create that whipping effect, and then release that ball. Perfect ball. He doesn't drop the ball out. He just comes straight up with that ball. C motion, some people call it a J motion, and rips it out to the flat. Again, textbook quarterback mechanics. So you can see Brady is the picture of perfect quarterback mechanics. That's exactly the way you want to do it. On a side note, any quarterbacks, coaches at home, or anybody that just wants to learn how to throw a football like that, I have my quarterback secrets, passion mechanics. I will put a link in the comment section down below. You can get to it, learn all of the mechanics of that throw, everything that goes into it, how to set yourself up for success. If you're a coach, you want to teach young quarterbacks how to throw, it's going to look like that. That's what you want to teach them. You can get everything. Quarterback secrets. It's a great course. It doesn't just teach you the mechanics of the throw, but also gives you a warm-up program, a shoulder strengthening program, everything that you need to get yourself into position to make a perfect, repeatable, consistent throw accurately every time. If you're a young coach, you want to teach a young quarterback how to throw, this will get you there. It will teach you everything you need to know to be a fantastic quarterback coach. And young quarterbacks, if you're looking to learn how to throw, quarterback secrets, it's in the link down below in the comment section. Now, let's check out Aaron Rodgers. So this first throw by Aaron, he's coming off of a front side throw. He has a quick out by his inside receiver that he's looking to get to, release vertically, but when this corner sits, he knows he doesn't have it. So he has to reset, come back to the middle of the field where he's going to have his tight end in the slot on the vertical. Short underneath, he's got to drive this ball. Let's take a look at how Aaron organizes himself to make this throw. So, great throw, accurate, quick release, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to show you the difference in the two throws here. As Aaron gets back, he's looking to the outside first, so he's got to reset his feet. Quick 3, same type of drop. See him, he doesn't like the out route. This coming out. He knows he's got this coming out, but this corner is sitting down, so he can't get there. His feet are aligned here. He has to get them back to the middle because he knows his backside read is going to come right here in that seam. So you see him get his feet back in line, but notice he's got weight balanced on both feet here. One of the unique things about him. As we move forward frame, he gets it loaded back, but rather than setting that strong front side and rocking his weight to it, the technique that Aaron uses to create that torque, that whipping action on his arm, is he literally pushes off of this front foot to generate backwards movement. So rather than seeing his shoulders come forward like you saw with Brady, you're literally going to see his torso moving backwards. That's because he's applying pressure with that front foot, and that's what's creating that ground force to get him to whip around on the throw. And I'll show you a couple unique things about the finish on it. See, he's moving backwards. He's not stepping into this throw. He's moving backwards on the throw because he's driving back off that foot. And where that leaves him on the follow-through, you notice his shoulders are back at an angle this way, and he never gets past that midline. Arm comes across his chest and not down to his hip on the follow-through because he didn't get weight fully over that front foot. It's a unique throwing style. Aaron Rodgers can do this because of his innate talent. Throws a strike in there, completes the pass. This final throw, when I watched it, I looked at my son and said, normal mortals can't do that. This throw is so unique to Aaron, and I'm going to show you why in just a second here. But the fact that he can do this tells you why he's one of the greatest to ever play the position. There's a few guys over the course of the years that can do this. We'll talk about them in a little bit. But the fact that Aaron can do this at such a high level is amazing. Here it is. Press man on the outside. Aaron sees he's got the matchup that he likes, one-on-one out here. He's going to get a go route. The key is you have to hold that safety, make sure he stays in the middle and can't make the play over the top. Aaron drops back, rips it out there. Excellent throw, touchdown Packers. Now, let's look at the mechanics of this throw. And this is why I said mortals can't make this throw. I talked about his mechanics, the way he operates in terms of footwork to get him in position to throw. See him drop back. Quick three, just like we talked about. This time, he's got to go further, so he does set that foot in the ground. But watch as he drives forward quickly, he just sets that foot down. As he does that, he pushes back against it. So he's getting momentum, he's getting force coming this way from his back foot, and then he's also generating force coming out of this front foot this way. And so those two applications of force have to meet in the throw to create that whipping action. Look at his body moving backwards here. Most guys would have to step into, over that front, and then again, watch his finish. Shoulders never come past that midline. He is square on to his hips here and moving backwards as he makes this throw. You say, okay, he's an NFL quarterback. He should be able to make that. What's so remarkable? Let's talk about the math on this throw. If you don't know, a football field is 53.3 yards wide. The hashes on a football field, on an NFL field, 23 approximately and a half yards from the sideline to the hash. In between the hashes, you have 6.2 yards. So that overall total here, when you add, there's more numbers that go out here, you end up with 29.8. For this equation, we're going to round that up, and we're going to say 30 yards from sideline to hash. This throw travels 38 yards down the field. And so now we're going to use the math here, get a little sciencey, going to use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out the hypotenuse of this triangle, because that's how far this ball has to travel. And when you do the math, it's that a squared, b squared, square root stuff equals c. You come up with a total of 48.5 yards in the air. That's a long throw. No matter who you are, 48.5 yards is a long throw. Aaron does this while his body is moving backwards. Quick set on his feet and pushes off that front hip backwards. Force generation here, and throws this ball accurately. Not stepping into it, just ripping it down the field. That is an incredible throw. And on the money. And so that's why I say normal mortals can't make that throw. As a quarterback, pushing that weight across, generating force, harnessing that force through a strong front side, rotating around that front foot, creating that whipping action, that's how you generate force. Aaron creates force in two directions as he throws. He moves backwards to throw a ball 48.5 yards. That's incredibly hard to do. Over the course of the NFL, there were some guys that could probably do the same thing. John Elway could do it. Brett Favre could do it. Jeff George could do it. And there's others. So I don't want to miss anybody. There's been some huge arms. Steve Bartkowski, another guy that had a huge arm. But the technique that Aaron uses to make this throw, A, it saves him from some hits, those straight-on hits. If you step into something as a hit's coming at you, it's much more violent. If you're moving backwards, you absorb it better. But B, the fact that he can harness all that force and do it accurately is incredible. I'm going to tell the young quarterbacks at home, emulate Aaron Rodgers. Emulate his toughness. Emulate his competitiveness. Emulate his leadership. Those things are really important. Don't try to emulate his throwing style. That is not for mortals. Tom Brady, if you want to look for the way that you should throw the football, that's the way you should throw it. And he's the greatest of all time. His record speaks to it. His mechanics are fantastic. Young quarterbacks, young coaches at home, that's who you want to emulate. Again, if you want the course, quarterback secrets, learn how to throw like that, down in the comment section. I'll put the link down there. Appreciate you watching. Just wanted to compare those two. You don't often get quarterbacks of such a high caliber on the same field at the same time. And so having those two play each other gave me an opportunity to teach some young quarterbacks at home, teach some young coaches at home, and show you how you should throw the football. Aaron Rodgers is amazing. He has an incredible skill set. Tom Brady is amazing, has developed his game to perfection. And so if you're doing some quarterback training, follow them, learn those football skills, and become a better player.